So, what is your favorite historical chess player or chess players?
Historical chess player favorite.
Yeah.
Historical. Capablanca I liked very much. I liked his games. Genial, simple, clear, and very instructive. And well, also Kasparov is not yet historical, but
no, but
not
okay,
Kasparov. I'm sorry, Karpov. Karpov also I liked very much his style and everything.
You worked with Karpov on a few occasions.
With both of them, with Karpov and Kasparov, but with Karpov much more because we played, I don't know, hundreds of games, blitz games together. We prepared even for the match with Kasparov.
Yes,
the recent, the last one.
What can you say about?
And actually, he won one game in Grünfeld with White. The only game he won was Grünfeld with G3 with White, so that was a good
this was, I think, with 1982.
Yeah, exactly.
E4, yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Tell us a bit more about it. So about Karpov,
the big guys?
About the big guys. Yeah, I mean, okay, about the chess players. Why were they so much stronger than all of the rest? So what was the superiority?
Yeah, okay. Kasparov is very clear. He has just a big brain, you know. Like, I mean, you're talking to him, and sometimes you understand that you don't follow anymore his idea because simply he's too fast and he has too much of information in the same sentence, which you cannot simply follow. I mean, his possibility of having in mind, I mean, hundreds of ideas, of moves, of variations. I mean, it's very fast also. His brain are very good, of course, and it's not only that. I mean, from the very little, he was very professional. He was very concentrated on his goals, and he had good school, good coaches. I mean, all together, you know, this is clear. Well, he's fanatic, definitely. All of them, they are fanatics. Karpov, Kasparov, they are fanatic of chess. They love chess, and they're very interested. This is true.
But did you feel this their superiority in chess when you played against them, when you were analyzing games with them? Did you feel that they are so much stronger than usual mortals?
Well,
I mean, did you personally have this feeling?
Personally, of course, I had, because they were proving it. Even Karpov in the old days when his practical skills are not so good. In the blitz, he's still very strong. And there I can feel very much that his strength. I'm not talking about Kasparov, because when we were training together, I mean, he after the last hour training session, he won the Slinaris in 2005 before quitting. I mean,
this was his last year.
Yes, and
shared first there, Stopalov.
Yeah. So, I mean, the guys, of course, they are superior, and no doubts about that. But, of course, maybe some players like Kramnik would say, okay, we are kind of equal or something. We have this possible, but comparing with me, definitely they are better. But they don't show it, never. It's always a discussion of equal chess players. You have to prove move by move, and they always, they never say, okay, this is better because I'm Kasparov. No. I mean, always
you show it on the board.
Yeah, and that's why I could also show some ideas to Kasparovich. Actually, that's why he invited me to the training session, because he was interested, curious about this Moldavian chess school, to learn a little bit of this kind of prophylactical moves of this Italian game of Rossolimo. Actually, we also discussed King's Indian to see more about. So, I mean, he was curious of something, because in '95, when I won this Novgorod Open, and he was very surprised by this, because Federer was a clear favorite. And I remember that I won a few games in Italian, but just equal position. I was beating strong grandmasters, and he was very surprised. And since then, I think he remembered that Italian by Moldavians.
Yes, Moldavian Italian, I would say it's about after bishop c4, not to play d4 immediately, to play c3 and d3.
Yeah, this gioco piano, so-called now. Yeah,
exactly. And Kasparov himself, I think he changed his mind about double pawns.
Yeah, this already is known everywhere. It's published. This his opinion.
Oh yeah, an interesting question we have here about Philidor. what is your opinion about Philidor defense on the black side? Okay,
First of all, I wrote a DVD on Philidor defense for black side, but the move order which I used in
exactly. I wanted to show that here Philidor is classical, is d6 on the second move, but Viorel wrote a DVD about another move order which is much more popular these days because it avoids some important. It keeps the center. So this is a move order which we wrote about. So
and after knight f3, knight b7, we transpose to Philidor.
Exactly.
And this DVD, if you purchase it or you see it somehow, some of your friends, it gives you very good full concept of for black play. And I think it's very solid. I play myself, especially in the rapid games, and Dorian also is playing in the classical games.
Well, we can maybe reveal here some background eating this DVD. Viorel was staying at my place, eating this, and he was showing me this. I all my life I was with Kasparov school of playing meeting e4 with c5. This was the way I was playing my whole life. But then I looked at this and okay, so black plays here. He has a slightly less space advantage, but his play is extremely easy and easy to learn. And it's very difficult to prove an advantage for white. What I find interesting in this type of positions is that okay, we are talking about this type of position. So bishop e7, castle, castle. So these positions. The computer, at least my computer at the time we worked together, showed always white is much better in these positions. So something like sometimes even +1. Nothing concrete, but very close to +1 advantage for white. But okay, when you continue to play with the computer, he does nothing really.
He just stays. He just likes his position.
Yes, he likes this position. But okay, but black has many possibilities to continue the development, and white is already almost finished the development. But it's very difficult to find a way to go through it. I played now a tournament in Moscow, and I played Philidor in all my games, and
yeah, that's a very successful tournament.
Yeah, it was a successful tournament.
You finished 4th or 5th? What?
Yeah, I finished 4th in the end. But what I say, maybe I finished 4th because I didn't have to spend my time for preparation. When I knew that okay, I will play Philidor, I don't have to prepare because it's clear. It's so simple.
It's clear, as you say.
Yes. And it's also interesting here that you have several possibilities to develop with black. With
A5,
with
A6, and my DVD I gave three plans for black. It's more than enough. I mean, the plan with A6, B6, C6, the plan with queen with H6.
Yeah.
Okay.
We are asked what about this system.
Okay, here I have a good answer. First, Chebanenko, actually, of course, we are Chebanenko students, and this Philidor setup was exactly worked out by him. First, here on bishop c4, we were playing bishop e6 exactly, and holding the structure, and even I made my grandmaster norm playing this setup, and there is no problem, even winning some games with black here. But I think, generally speaking, this line is better for white because they
because of the pawn structure,
they remove their knight from b1. They put kind of knight d3, knight c4, pawn on f3, pawn on a4, bishop on b2, and they attack this weak pawn on f4, e5, and it's quite unpleasant. So that's why nowadays the modern way of treating Philidor is, of course, king e8 here. And the point is that after bishop g5, we play knight bd7. And nowadays it's very interesting. Can you move one back? After bishop g5, they started to play c6 and also equalizing.
Yes, why not? Because here white will be not very happy with this, giving up the bishop.
This is draw. And even c6 is possible now because after they play knight bd7 and they get out the pieces, and it's not clear what white wants to do.
Maybe we should explain here why. Okay, white won some tempers in this endgame. These are most amateurs. They don't understand why should black be fine here. He took on d8 with the king here, moved to the king again while white developed the piece. But it's a very simple answer. If you see the knight on b8 is not developed and the knight on c3 is already developed, and black's idea is to play c6, and the pawn from c6 will limit this knight on c3. So in fact the knight on c3 is quite badly placed, and
he has to waste the time to find a better place.
and it's not that easy because the pawn on e4 is hanging, and
Yeah, I mean the setup of white pieces already at this stage, if black is playing c6, is already wrong. So this gives, okay, they have castle, they have some extra tempos, but because of this setup, this miscoordination between pawns and pieces, it gives black a hope to equalize.
what would you recommend against the accelerated dragon? So I think
Accelerated dragon, we have an answer already, and today I registered the answer in Chessbase, a DVD. There will be a 3-volume DVD, open Sicilian for white, and against accelerated dragon, actually there is no such an opening, because on e4 c5 I would recommend white to go for Maratsi, and then you don't have any accelerated dragon. You play d4.
Yes, okay, but
c4, knight d4,
this is
bishop g7, c4.
c4, and so this is a recommendation against accelerated.
So there is no accelerated dragon, because
against
white,
this move order, yes.
yeah, if white goes for Maratsi, then in all lines I think white has a clear, not big but clear advantage.
Yeah, this is a problem with this move order for black, that it allows white to play Maratsi. This is the main. Otherwise, it would be probably the best or one of the best move orders.
Yeah, I understand. But
And here-
since black is not fighting for the center, why not to take this center
Yes,
by playing c4?
c4, always
Bishop
c4.
g7, bishop e6.
e3, white is in time to build this.
Just to take this control over the center, and later already he can finish his development, but the center is already there. And actually, it's everything shown. I mean, Kasparov had very good games with white here. And there is nothing to invent. I was just practically in this DVD, I was just using the material. Okay, some small analysis of myself, but normally everything is shown already by white here.
I myself play dragon, and I always considered also the move order g6, because if white plays the main lines with a pawn on c2, then black can avoid many variations. But always comes with problems against Maratsi with black to play. Okay, there are players who like it to play with black against Maratsi, like Tivyakov, maybe not too much.
Yeah, to suffer,
Malachov, exactly.
But I don't see him playing for a while. There is a question about what we recommend in the poisoned pawn variation. If I understand correctly, this is bishop g5.
Bishop g5, yeah, it should be.
Okay,
Would you like to show it on the board?
Yeah. Just to repeat a little bit the line here.
Okay, so the question is about what to recommend
for
white against queen b6 here immediately? Or
No,
e6,
e6, f4, queen b6, queen d2. Okay, here first of all, very, very tricky move, queen d3. Okay, officially there is no advantage for black, but a very tricky move, very popular nowadays, queen d3. But okay, queen d2, this is a classical poisoned variation. I mean, queen d3 is the same ideas. Rook b1, queen h3. Well, what to recommend here? I know all the lines for white here.
But just tell maybe the direction, okay, or one.
The direction, okay. I can say that after there, for example, after e5, d5, fe5, now black found very strong reply here. Knight h6 first. After e5, h6.
Immediately.
Yeah, h6, bishop h4. Now take on e5, and knight d5. And this line was considered very good for white, because before it was considered knight d7, black should go. But after knight d5, knight takes d5, just show this line. E d5, e6, bishop e6, knight e6, fe6, bishop. This considered was very good for
white, yeah?
For white, but after bishop e7, nowadays this was first played in Motolev-Sutovsky game.
Here,
King d8.
In Poikovsky,
yeah? Yes, and
black won the game.
Black has no problems. Even Kosintseva now in Gibraltar lost to some, I don't know, 23 or 24 guy with white. And the assessment of this evaluation of this position is like equal, but practically this was the key moment for black. They hold this position. Sutovsky has good analysis here. So if you turn back to the 10th move.
Yeah, so the question was
what
recommendation
to do
for white.
Yeah, I understand, but I said what was before considered good.
Yeah.
So No, normally normal lines with the main lines with f5, knight c6, takes. I mean, this positional life.
Okay, so just playing.
Just to play this position, but to be honest, now for the moment this line is holds for black. I mean, there is no advantage for white.
So poison pawn variation is quite playable for black, yeah?
Yeah, but this is main line for black.
Okay, I see.